Hey there, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm Josh from FC Founder, and today we are going over the most recent change, title update number 9 on eafc 24. It's some big changes, some big nerfs to some stuff like the Trivela, which we're going to be going over in this video. Also some other gameplay changes that I like and don't like. We'll definitely go over everything and talk about everything. But overall, I don't know, the constant title updates from EA on FC24 is kind of reflecting badly on the company and on the game. It's kind of weird that they're just changing things seemingly every month or two, showing examples of how they're changing things, and then sometimes the game just feels the exact same. But we're going to go over all of that. Let's get right into the patch notes. Okay, so here we are. These are the patch notes released from EA, pulled from their Twitter. It was over everything here from gameplay to career mode, all that stuff in Ultimate Team. We're going to go over everything here. And one thing I do want to mention before we get into it is I don't mind how EA is communicating with the community constantly, keeping them updated on what's going on and how they're changing the game, but it just feels like they're changing it so often. I mean, it's title update number 9 and we're still in February. I don't know if there's been that many changes in previous games the way they're doing it this year, but I don't know. It's been kind of a wonky start for FC24 and EA in general. So they do have a bunch of stuff here. Career mode, which I don't really care too much about. There are some Ultimate Team stuff that we're going to talk about, but let's go straight into the gameplay because I think that's what most people are really going to be talking about here and really have like big opinions on, and that is what they have made changes to in the gameplay. So the first point they have here is reduced effectiveness of outside foot shots for players with or without the Trivela playstyle and playstyle plus. That right there is absolutely massive news in general. The Trivela has been extremely effective throughout the entire game with and without the playstyle. The playstyle and playstyle plus makes the Trivelas so much better, or at least it feels like it's a lot better. But even when you don't have the playstyle, Trivelas are extremely effective in FC24, which is something they have addressed. But I don't know, I kind of feel a little 50-50 on this change. I feel like the playstyle and playstyle plus, as long as you have the playstyles, Trivelas should be effective, right? Maybe shouldn't feel overpowered, but they should feel increasingly effective, especially with that playstyle plus. They've been nerfing a lot of the playstyle pluses, like the finesse is the one they first did. Now they're nerfing the Trivela. I don't know, like I like the whole playstyle system that EA have kind of introduced into FC24 this year, but it's been super rocky in terms of balancing and nerfing and everything. I don't know, man. I feel like if you have a playstyle plus on a player, say that Donya Malin evolution with the Trivela playstyle plus that everyone's done, including myself, I feel like if you have a playstyle plus on a player that you've bought off the market that can be expensive, or that you put a lot of time into doing an evolution for a player, they should be extremely proficient in doing that thing that their playstyle plus is used for. The finesse plus, the playstyle plus for the finesse shot is still so good. I have a Di Natale hero card that uses it. It's still so good. So we'll have to see how it feels in game. Last time they did a huge nerf, quote unquote huge nerf, to a playstyle and playstyle plus, it didn't really do much. Like I said, the finesse still seems really good. So I'm gonna have to do some testing in game to really see how the changes are affecting the game overall. Like, I hope they've actually done a change here, because the Trivelas have been extremely effective, and I wouldn't mind a change to the Trivela, but like I said, the playstyle and playstyle plus should still be effective as long as the player has it. I've also moderately reduced outside foot shot accuracy. Again, I think that's just more stuff with the Trivelas, just making it not as effective. Reduced the maximum potential amount of top spin the ball can have from an outside foot shot, which again is just them making it less effective and making it so that the Trivelas aren't a huge crutch for people. And they've updated the player selection logic when using secondary contain. Now I'll have to see how this feels again in game, but that sounds fantastic to me. I know a lot of the times when I'm using the secondary contain, just holding right bumper, sometimes it will just go to a player that like is not even remotely close in the play, and it's just completely useless. I'm gonna wait for it to actually make sense to use it. And honestly, that whole secondary contain feature, I'm not really even sure if I'm a fan of it. Like, it makes defending so much easier, and everybody uses it. And it's just super annoying. Like, I like it because I've gotten used to it, but in general, whenever I'm going up against somebody that's spamming it like I do, I know it's going to be a long day. It's super annoying. So they've made that even a little stronger, it seems like, which could be an issue. We'll have to see. But like I said, a lot of it's going to be testing in game, seeing how effective these changes are, and seeing just how much EA has nerfed or buffed these features. Some other gameplay stuff they've actually done as well is improved referee foul calling logic inside the box following a clearance attempt. Honestly, these are probably all little things that happen very rarely, but I guess EA is addressing them, which is nice for once. I feel like a lot of the times the community will be having this huge uproar about something, and it'll take them either forever to change it, or they just won't change it, period. So I don't know, we'll have to see how that plays out. Sometimes the attacking player could have unintentionally stumbled over a slide tackling defender's arms when attempting to avoid them. I've noticed that so much. That's something I've noticed so much. Sometimes I'll win the ball off somebody, they'll be on the floor, and then my guy will just trip right over them, which is so annoying, and it's like it just makes the tackle useless. They'll just regain possession and continue to press on forwards in the attack. So yeah, that can be really annoying. And in some situations, the goalkeeper could have incorrectly picked up the ball after it was passed by a teammate's foot. I don't know, I've never seen that, but sure, nice EA, good stuff. Now, one thing I saw yesterday on these notes, when I was looking at them yesterday, I knew I wanted to make a video on them, so I do have notes written down here of stuff I want to talk about, but looks like they actually deleted something. Yesterday I remember seeing something, they were improving the AI when it came to cutback scenarios. Obviously, we know in the community that's like one of the only ways you can score a goal is, you know, getting to the byline, cutting back, passing across in the middle, and scoring a goal, right? The whole cutback thing has been super annoying, but it seems like either trivelas or cutbacks are the only ways that are consistently ways you can score goals in the game. And it looks like they've taken this change away. The initial change, I believe, was they improved the AI's decision making when it came to cutback situations. But like I said, I'm not seeing that here in gameplay. I don't think it's here in Ultimate Team. I think that's something that they took away, unless I'm missing something here, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if that's intentional or not. I'm gonna see if I can find something that's actually shown that. Okay, so I do have an article here that has addressed it. Additionally, the update improved AI teammate positioning and marking decision making while defending a cutback scenario. Defenders will also have an easier time stopping attacks as the secondary contain mechanic had its player selection logic improved. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know why that's not in the patch notes anymore, because the patch notes that I was reading before are the official patch notes that EA has linked to in their Twitter. So I hope that's still gonna be updated, because like I said, trivelas and cutbacks are literally the only reliable way of consistently scoring goals. So I don't know, I hope that's been addressed. I hope that's been changed, because if not, this is literally just going to be cutback FC. One thing they've also done to FC24 is made it impossible when using a previously evolved player to be thrown into another evolution, which I think is a bit odd. The way I'm going to explain this is, in the moment, I explain this so horribly. Basically, what I'm trying to yap about here is players would start evolutions and progress through one or two of the levels, but then let the evolution expire before completing the complete pathway of evolutions. And that way, their cards would have stats that would meet the requirements for additional evolutions, which was smart. And I'll explain why that is. Which, I don't know, I feel like that's a bit odd on EA's part. Like, I felt like that was super creative of people to find players that you can throw into certain evolutions, not complete them, or complete them, give some players creativity on building like their perfect player, you know. Their like the way they worded it was so that you could have a little like a wonder kid in your squad that you could build up till the end of the year and then it could have some crazy stats. So I don't know, man, it's just some weird changes from EA in general. There's certain things that I like and a lot of things that I dislike at the end of the day. I like the fact that they're addressing the Travellas. I like the fact that they're addressing the cutbacks. I don't know if they're addressing the cutbacks anymore though, because like I said, it's not in the patch notes here, but we have seen evidence show that they have or want to address it. But yeah, like I said, it's not in the gameplay notes, so I hope that change is coming into the game. I don't know how I feel about the secondary contain, just making it a little better in terms of just automated defending. I like attacking football. That's the reason people play FIFA. That's the reason people play FC24. They want to score goals. They want to score nice goals. They want to attack. There's a lot of games where I'm still feeling like I'm scoring 1 or 2 goals in the entire game, or it's like a 1-0 game or a 2-1 game or a 1-1 draw, you know. It's like such close games a lot of the times, and it just feels like they're making, with a lot of these changes, they're trying to make defending easier and easier and easier, and it's gonna just make these games so boring sometimes. Like, I'm already going up against these sweats in champs, even in rivals, that are constantly switching the play back and forth until they have an open lane to run down the line and do a cutback goal, or run down the line, cut in, and Travella from outside the box screen time, right? So let me know in the comments how you feel about these changes. Some of them, like I said, I'm all for. I like the fact that they're addressing some overpowered mechanics, but at the same time, it has to be a balancing act. I think that if the players that have playstyles and playstyle pluses should be kind of OP, right? Like, that's the reason you would want to use a player, to use that finesse plus, or to use that, you know, Travella plus, or whatever playstyle plus it is. That's why Team of the Years are so expensive, because they have 2 playstyle pluses. Like I said, let me know in the comments how you feel about these notes, how you feel about this patch. Do you think EA is going a little overboard with a lot of these patches? Do you think they're maybe introducing too many patches into the game, and that they kind of should just let the game play out? Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. Hope this was informative, and peace. Because